Real Country Legends 96.3. It is live and local this Wednesday night. We're talking to Chad Freeman. He and the Redline Band are going to be at Dillon's Bayou this Friday, right there on the water at Lake Pleasant Harbor Marina. Chad, how long you been in the Valley?
Oh boy, I've been in the Valley about 15 years now. So it's not quite a native, but starting to feel a little more like it.
Absolutely. Been through all the summers, so that's no big deal.
Yeah, I made the mistake of moving down in the summer and felt that ever since.
How is that possible? You didn't you didn't get the beautiful fall and that changed your mind?
Honestly, it was really strange how I ended up here. I was in Manhattan for some work, and my best friend had moved down here, so I came to visit. Went back home to Oregon and was there for a couple months. Couldn't find anything worthwhile, and I said, well, heck, I could come down here and get a golf job, so that's what I did.
Okay, now that statement got me two things. Boom, golf, first of all.
Yep.
But second of all, coming from Oregon, does that mean you're fighting against ASU every time the Ducks are in town?
No, actually, I really dislike the Ducks. I'm a Beaver fan, so
okay.
So when the Ducks are in town, I'm rooting for ASU.
All right, beautiful. So then golf, what about that?
I worked actually at the TPC Scottsdale as an outside pro, so helping coordinate tournaments and get things going out there for. Yeah.
So you've been to Waste Management a few times?
Oh yeah, worked it and been there a few times, and sometimes even remember going home from it.
That is no small feat.
No. I've seen some interesting things out there that I can't get out of my head.
Out there, it's some craziness. It's Real Country Legends 96.3. We're live and local with Chad Freeman. And Chad, you know, what got you into country music?
Growing up in Oregon, I mean, Luke Bryan said it best, hunting, fishing, loving every day. That was kind of how I grew up, and my dad was a big country fan, and I really got into it more around high school, and it just kind of became something that, at the time, it was pretty much the only music you could understand what they were talking about. So I loved it and just kind of grew with it.
Chad Freeman is with us tonight on Real Country Legends 96.3, live and local. And Chad, how old are you?
I'm 40 now.
I was going to say, that's no problem asking that question,
no,
right?
I'm okay with it.
Okay, good. Then that's what I got to know.
The gray and the beard gives it away anyhow, so no sense in trying to fight it.
And we know you've been a country music fan for a number of years now, so I got to ask you, last 3 decades, let's go 80s, 90s, and the 2000s, who is the person or the sound in each of those decades? And you cannot say George Strait in all 3, I promise.
Come on, man. Can I say George Strait for the 80s at least?
You can have them one time, exactly.
Okay, that's it. I've got to give the 80s to George. 90s you got to give to Garth Brooks. I mean, the things that he did in country music that decade were phenomenal. 2000s is tough because we had so many artists that really blossomed and came into their own in that decade. I mean, you know, you had Rascal Flatts popping up and getting popular. It was the start of Eric Church, you know, start of Jason Aldean. All those guys started popping up then and really changed the sound of country music to more like what it is today. So
absolutely,
really hard to pinpoint one.
Yeah, definitely. But you mentioned Jason Aldean, and I remember it was a few years back. Well, a lot of years back now, but he was having a concert out there at Auction Pavilion, and he had a young man opening up for him named Luke Bryan, who, oh my gosh, did the did the opening act turn out the folks, especially the ladies?
Yeah, the ironic thing is we did the VIP for that performance, actually. So I was there for it, and man, watching those two guys do what they do was a lot of fun.
Saw a lot of signs that said, "No, Luke, you shake it for me."
The funniest part, I remember it vividly, of that concert is when he came out, they brought out the piano, and it was sideways, and he stood up and started playing it, and the camera showed from his backside, let's put it that way, and he figured that out. I'm sure it was planned or something, but he looks back and looks at the camera and just starts shaking his butt, and everybody, all the girls, just, woo! And we were laughing. I'm going, well done, sir. Well done.
Real Country Legends 96.3. We're live and local with Chad Freeman of the Chad Freeman and the Redline Band, who will be at Dillon's Bayou this Friday. You can catch them on stage from 7 to 11 p.m. And I got to ask you, you know, you've played a ton of places. What's the memory that really sticks out to you of being on stage? The one where you're just like, whoa.
Oh, boy.
Or, whoa.
Probably the one that has to stand out the most was playing the Super Bowl when it was in town. We were the last act at Westgate before the Super Bowl started, and I'm not much of a selfie person, but that was a selfie occasion. And I remember we got on stage and they were having some sound problems with the monitors, and people were getting restless, and I just turned to the soundman and I said, just get the sound out front because we got to get this party going. And we busted into, I think we did about an hour show, and people were going nuts. And I still have the picture to this day that I took backwards, and there's thousands of people in the background all over Westgate. and my parents were able to be there for that one too.
That's awesome.
They came down from Oregon for that, so that was a pretty good memory right there.
So you kicked off a really crazy night that night.
Yeah, that was wild.
Real Country Legends 96.3, talking to Chad Freeman. He is at Dillon's Bayou, and everybody's kind of got the one song that they're going to play for the folks when they come through. What's the one that if they're out at Dillon's, they're by they're on the harbor, what are they definitely going to hear from you on Friday night?
Oh boy, we rotate a lot, but the one that I've been enjoying lately is pulling out Lonesome Ornery and Mean. Just getting a little of that old school in there, and I figure I always say that's how we all feel on Monday anyhow. So
that sounds about right.
Yeah.
So you hear it on Friday and then experience it on Monday.
Exactly. And depending on how much you drink on Friday, you might experience a little of that on Saturday morning. So
you are listening to Real Country Legends 96.3. We're live and local with Chad Freeman. Now, Chad Freeman and the Redline Band going to be at Dillon's Bayou at Pleasant Harbor this Friday. You can catch them live on stage for their Country Friday nights. And Chad, I've got some rapid fire questions for you.
Oh boy.
Are you ready?
I'm not very good at these, but I'll give it a shot.
Oh, you got to go as fast as possible. Don't even think about it.
Not thinking's easy for me.
All right, here we go. Halloween or 4th of July?
4th of July.
Burger or pizza?
Burger.
Iron Man or Batman?
Iron Man.
Really? No, I'm just kidding. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or who cares?
Facebook. I'm still old school, apparently. I don't know.
Last but not least, very important, banana flavored candy. Heck yes or no way?
No way.
See, what is that? I can't believe it.
I used to be addicted to it. What was it, the Runts?
Yes!
The banana one, and I just shoved the banana ones aside. I'm going, no, not happening.
I cannot believe this. Everywhere I go, it's a very, very strong reaction. Either, absolutely, give me the bananas, they're my favorite, or I'm tossing them in the trash, they're worthless to me, so.
Yeah, not a fan.
That was a very important question. I'm glad you answered that honestly, though.
Yeah, well, do what I can.
Let me tally up your score here. Yes, you passed. Okay, congratulations.
Load off my mind.
Well, Real Country Legends 96.3, we're live and local with Chad Freeman. Chad, it's been an absolute pleasure chatting with you, and we're definitely looking forward to seeing you on stage at Dillon's Bayou this Friday night. And to wrap things up here, we've got an original song of yours, Livin' Country. Can you just tell us a little bit about it?
Like I said, I grew up in Oregon, a lot of outdoor stuff, and really love that lifestyle, and living country is just kind of what we did. And growing up with it, the idea came to my mind about the things that I loved growing up, and being out with friends, and having a good time out in the woods and driving our four-wheel drives and everything like that. And this is just kind of a rocking little throwback to that.
This is Chad Freeman, Living Country on Real Country Legends 96.3.
I drive a beat-up, rusty old Chevrolet, wear my jeans just a little tight. Coon dog kicking round in the bed, likes to howl at the moonlight. Junior sticker behind my head, with the stars and stripes with pride. We don't just kick it when the day is done, we kick it in four-wheel drive. Yeah, we do our own thing and we do it proud. Don't get too bothered if we get a little loud. We like country, we kick it down home in the NASCAR Skinner and the Rolling Stones. No four lanes on dirt roads, we sip a little shine and a little soca. We do it our way, don't know nothing else except to do unto others as we do to ourselves. We live off the land by breaking our backs. We're just living country. You got a problem with that? Got skull rings, big belt buckles, tell the stories with our scars. Sling a 12 gauge, a 45, and a bonfire warm guitar. Grease on the knuckles from a hard day's work, drink a cold beer from a can. We don't look for trouble, but we don't back down when it's time to take a stand. The red, white, and blue running through our veins, damn proud to carry my daddy's name. We like a country, we kick it down home in the NASCAR Skinner and the Rolling Stones. No four lanes, just on dirt roads. We sip a little shine and a little soca. We do it our way, don't know nothing else except to do unto others as we do to ourselves. We live off the land by breaking our backs. We're just living country. You got a problem with that? NASCAR Skinner and the Rolling Stones. No 4 lanes, so dirt roads. Sip a little shine and a little soul. We like a country, we kick it down home. In the NASCAR Skinner and the Rolling Stones. No 4 lanes, just on dirt roads. We sip a little shine and a little soul. We do it our way, don't know nothing else. Except to do unto others as we do to ourselves. We live off the land by breaking our backs. We're just living country. You got a problem with that? You got a problem with that?
This has been another Live and Local Wednesday night presented by Dillon's Bayou at Pleasant Harbor. My thanks to Chad Freeman for hanging out with us. Don't forget, you can catch Chad Freeman and the Redline Band this Friday, 7 to 11 p.m. on stage at Dillon's Bayou. The legends roll on with Real Country 96.3.